Hey horror fans, welcome back to another episode of Room 237 Presents Reslashed, the show where I take a classic horror film's modern day remake, compare them, not only see which one was better, but if a remake was even warranted at all. And today, since my last review was the remake, I'm going to take 1982's classic Poltergeist and 2015's Poltergeist. One film I really enjoyed as a kid, grew up with. Don't remember the sequels too well, but always enjoyed this film. I always like it more every time I see it. And this one I just saw once, fell asleep twice. So, yeah, let's get started. First off, the cast. Well, with this, you have Craig T. Nelson. By ones I know by name. Okay, Craig T. Nelson, Zelda Rubinstein. The mother, Beatrice Straight, I have seen before. I just don't remember where. You have a very young Heather O'Rourke giving a very good performance for a child actor that is both, she's cute, sweet, innocent, angelic, but also kind of creepy. The cast in this, you really only have Sam Rockwell. And normally I dig Sam Rockwell, whether it be a comedy, whether it be something like The Green Mile, whether it's him voicing Vic on F is for Family. I like Sam Rockwell. But in this, when he's trying to be the funny dad, that worked. But when it came down to him being scared, worried, concerned, I don't know, I just didn't think it. He wasn't Craig T. Nelson. Craig T. Nelson, I completely bought. Also, the chemistry. I bought these two as a married couple with 3 kids. The Sam Rockwell and the mom in this, not so much. I mean, maybe they had a couple scenes where they were kind of husband-wifey, but it didn't feel as natural as in this. Also, the kids. The oldest daughter had kind of an attitude. She can scream when you believe when. I'm holding up the wrong fucking movie. Ha! Wow. In this. Oh, because I was looking at Craig T. Nelson, but scratch that. Oldest daughter in this, yes. She had an attitude. She can scream when she's scared. You buy it. Oldest daughter in this was bland as fuck. The sons, I could probably say were a tie because they were essentially the same character. Just a young boy afraid of everything. This one didn't have as many annoying screams as this one. And yes, I did do that right. This one had a little bit more serious delivery. That was a little bit better. But overall, yeah, the cast was phenomenally better in this one. And it kind of sucks because I do like Craig T. Nelson and I do like Sam Rockwell. But I bought the cast in this one more. Especially, Zelda Rubinstein was definitely a unique, memorable character. Whereas Jared Harris just kind of felt like any other kind of medium that you would get in any kind of movie. So cast definitely goes to the original. The effects. Oh, okay. Yes, this did have some CG effects. Like the white, long-armed ghost towards the end. But that still looked phenomenal. That and the library ghost, and even Slimer from Ghostbusters. Those two ghosts still look miles better than any CGI shit that's out today. Most of this was CGI. Obvious CGI. Like when the Sun's comic books, or the House of Cards, and then when they fall, they're like Harry Potter letters. Or, it's just very forgettable. And like when the house is imploding or falling apart or whatever, it looked better in this one. It looked more like the house was actually imploding. It was pretty cool to see. Yeah, mostly CGI. I think the only real practical effect would have been when the girl's little unicorn toy was kind of rolling across the floor. Effects definitely goes to this one. Scares, alright. Now, this was a methodical horror movie thriller where it starts off slow. It starts with, at first the mom's doing something in the kitchen. She turns around, all the chairs are stacked up on the table. If you hear anything, it's like a slight noise. It's not like a attention-grabbing bang. And then, it starts with things sliding across the floor, even Carol Ann. And then, boom, you have a, third act climax intensity scene at the end of the first act. And, you had, like the clown doll, the scene with the guy picking his face, the steak with the maggots in it. Good done, eerie, good done. Fuck me. Well done, creepy scares. This was mostly jump scares. And jump scares are not earned or justifiable. It's not. It's just like any other ghost movie by Ghost House Pictures or Blumhouse, even Lionsgate, where we're going to have silence or it'd be very quiet and then something loud and fast. Of course, this also had the doll in it, but it wasn't as scary as this one. It wasn't as memorable as this one. This almost had the vibe of, oh, we have the clown in it, so, that's scary enough. This movie's subtle when it needs to be. It is big when it needs to be. Like even the swimming pool full of skeletons, which were real skeletons. So, yeah, that's the definition of practical effect. You need skeletons, get real ones, not CGI. So, yeah, scares. This has been scaring people for almost 40 years at this point. So, this came out 4 years ago. And I never hear people talk about this. So yeah, the scares are definitely top notch. Well, top notch compared to this one. Okay. The score. Well, Jerry Goldsmith did this one. I don't really remember how it goes. I don't remember a lick of music from this. Even though I don't remember the score itself, I do remember like when the opening credits start, and you hear the national anthem over like the extreme close-up of the static on the TV. Even though I can't get it in my head right now, I mean, it's Jerry Goldsmith. He rarely has a bad score, if ever. This is by Mark Streitenfeld. I've never heard of him. Where I can't remember this one, and I don't even remember there being music in this. I got to call that a draw. So, overall... Oh, atmosphere. I skipped over atmosphere. Oh, and also effects. Forgot to mention. A big effect in this was when they go in Carol Ann's room and all the toys and furniture spinning all around. I think a lot of that could have been done practically, but there was also the cool idea of how, you see the record and the needle. It is CGI, but it doesn't look bad. And just because the needle's touching it, it still plays music, even though it's not hooked up to anything. So it's still got creativity with its effects. This is, how can we make them jump out of their seats? Okay, so overall, this one's better. Like, infinitely. Always, yes. I knew that before I even saw this. Or I had a feeling. And at the end of the day, did this even need to be made? I don't see what... All it really brought new was, okay, the teenage girl has a cell phone, and the son has a drone that they can send into the portal instead of tennis balls. A drone. So it's more modern. Other than that, no. I think this was just another popular name, cash grab, which I don't even think it did that well. I don't think it made that much money. I didn't even look, because that's how little I care about this. They're like, yeah, we'll slap Poltergeist on it. We could put the clown doll on it, because that will make people want to see it. And yeah, that'll be enough. And I mean, honestly, since these are both kind of the same images, which one looks like it's being taken more seriously? I guess that's the best way to look at it. Yeah, it's just one of those. I think if this movie had never been made, I don't think anything would have been any different. It didn't really tarnish or affect this one at all. Like, it's not like people are going to be... I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people talking about this Poltergeist not knowing about this one, and that's a shame. It's the ultimate reason why it shouldn't have been made, but yeah. If this had never been made, my life would have been exactly the same. But yeah. And yes, I know this has sequels. Poltergeist 2 I like, 3 I don't, so... I mean... Yeah, so it's not like this is the only movie. But, yeah. Always liked this movie, and I will say it didn't need to be made. With how little it brought, and what difference it tried to do. Yeah, no. So, with episode 8 of Reslashed, original was better, and I don't think the remake was warranted or needed to be made. So, stay tuned for the next episode, which might be tomorrow, and thank you for watching.